gather round, I'll spin ye all a yarn. Shut up, what were you raised inside a barn? A tale of romance fuckery, where we fly flags are gender free. Buckle up and off we go, the start of our gay pirate show.
Is this a lute?
A lute? Yeah, it's giving lute. Welcome everyone to our Gay Pirate Show here on the Trident Network. This is our first bi-coastal episode. I am streaming to you live from Los Angeles County, California.
We literally are in different time zones of different places.
Different time.
They are coming from the past and I am coming to you from the present.
For real. It's so trippy, honestly.
Hello, welcome. We love you all so much.
We love you all so much. Fiona, do you want to tell us a bit about the Trident Network?
Oh, right. I can do the speech. My version is the speech.
Yeah, your version.
Everybody, you're watching the Trident Network. That's three, like a trident. 3 prongs. 1, 2, 3. This network encompasses. Oh, I'm trying to get you fancy. Listen, you can watch us on 3 different ways. We got YouTube, they've got Twitch, like here streaming, and they have podcasts. So check out everything Trident. We also have merch. All of our shows are selling merch. And oh God, there's all sorts of, there's Discords. If there's anybody pop up on the Discord, there's that.
There's that. The Trident Network is a hop in place.
That's right.
Good job, Fiona.
Thank you so much.
So
Anyway.
should we do a little brief recap of the last episode that we enjoyed together?
We absolutely should. Basically, Blackbeard's ex-bestie and secret crush showed up.
Yeah.
Calico.
Old Calico Jack face.
And it was annoying. And he was
annoying.
He was disruptive and very toxic.
Distracting
Very
from
distracting.
the English.
The what else happened that was with what's his name? There was a beep.
Carl died.
I forgot.
Carl died.
Carl died.
We were so sad about that.
It was true. R.I.P. Carl.
And Blackbeard came back to go down with Steed and the rest of the crew.
Right. So, you know, he came to his senses.
Yeah.
We love it. Jim was off on their own little tasks to still avenge their father.
Avenging the fam.
Ended up having a weird one-on-one with Spanish Jackie. So
love it.
There was that. Sky Pirate.
Yes.
Did you anything else highlight for you?
Yeah.
I also liked I guess it would be the C plot of the bedroom.
Yes.
Very funny, silly,
room people.
Completely superfluous, but perfect for that episode.
Yeah, we had to add in a little tension breaking.
A little lightness.
A little lightness.
And I feel like that goes away more and more for the next 2 episodes.
Yes, unfortunately, we have the next. This was what I was going to say about the next 2 episodes, specifically this one. We are plots ahoy, mateys. We've got to move the story forward.
We've got to move the story forward, and sometimes pirating isn't always fun and games and falling in love.
And let's see how everybody acts in an interrogation. So
yeah, in an interrogation.
Basically an interrogation episode.
I love this episode. I say every episode, but this one's called Act of Grace. And it's a little bit heavier, so prepare yourselves, but it is still beautiful.
Yes. So load up your HBO. Go to your HBO.
Yeah, load up your HBO.
Go to your Maxes, your HBO Maxes.
Grab your vapes and your tapes.
Yeah, grab your Pedialytes if you want to hydrate and you're weird about it.
Yeah, and you're weird about it.
You have like a weird neurodivergent hyperfixation on a specific drink. Grab that.
Just live your truth.
I have got a snack pack of crackers. Grab some.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amazing.
I'm playing with kinetic sand for anxiety.
I believe we're starting at 51 seconds, yeah?
51 seconds, that is correct.
Yeah. We're packing it in 4 extra seconds this episode. Okay, ready to count down, everyone?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Press play. Great. I
I'll
will
turn mine up a little bit.
Okay, yeah, you turn yours up.
Let me know if you guys think it's too loud. He's been carrying this bloody flag around for like this entire series.
Yeah, so it's a badass slide.
I love this because I feel like they were like, okay, we'll interview them 2 at a time, and then after Frenchie and the Swede, they were like, no, too many shenanigans. These people are crazy.
They're doing bits off of each other.
Yeah, they're playing off each other too much. Separate them. And they're all just like, we're barely qualifying as pirates.
Yeah.
Lucia's trying to get a job, me.
I know. As he's like, what is Lucius's job is basically just like writer throughout the day.
Right. Yeah. He's just like keeping track, which comes into play in this episode.
I got your twins.
Yes.
I mean, our twins.
I forgot you were twins. Our twins.
He gives it away immediately.
Yeah.
Unwell.
That he knows he's dead. It's so silly.
How would I know that? I haven't seen him in ages.
I really haven't watched this episode very much either. This one and the final, I probably watched less than 10 times.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm like, feel free to share any thoughts because I might be a little over engrossed.
Yeah, we should be. This is a plot heavy. Look,
It is. I'm like,
character development. We got to move the story along. We got to
yeah.
I love this little exchange where they're using like loving phrases.
Nervous.
Yeah. He's like, you have a nervous tummy.
I do get nervous tummy.
We all do. Ajita. I love that he what a fucking like good crew though that he's like, I'm gonna hide this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And but it's so obvious.
Yeah. And Roach, just iconic.
His
He's
eyes.
like, yeah, he's like, and that he like pulls back. Like there was so much time for the other person to react. And then they're all like, of course.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
My wondrous journey, a life at sea.
And of course he can read rude.
I know.
Frenchie and Vince fan fiction immediately.
Yeah.
Can't stop imagining him in all scenarios.
I'm imagining him in different scenarios. Hilarious.
Of the life and happenings of Steve Bonnet.
Yeah. It's written to resemble a journal. It's kind of grabby marketing hook. So I get the reader really go, oh, that's the bit. What part?
Truly getting the reader hooked. You would know, Fiona.
Yeah, I was like, big gimmicky, but what is it?
Into it.
Vast ye, I snapped.
And reading directly like the hyperbolic retelling of what happened.
Please.
Please. Having soiled himself.
I don't believe any of it.
Also, now we get to look at the. I've been mentioning costuming every episode.
Yeah,
We have the saddest Steed has ever looked.
that's
His-
actually so true.
His linen, his undershirt, muted colors. It's all wrinkled.
Yeah, really washed out. I love Blackbeard has no idea. And he's like, yeah, I killed him. Whatever. You guys all look the same.
Everywhere. I keep track of these kinds of things. I'm a life is cheap kind of guy.
I love it. Where did you stab him? Everywhere? I don't know.
Why would he lie?
Why would he lie?
Honestly, it makes much more sense. After all, you're just some bored little rich boy. We can't lily-livered little rich boy.
Trauma.
That's all you'll ever be.
Your past is always haunting you in this show.
Yeah.
He's crying again. A little Steed.
I'm sorry.
The way like we're talking about the costumes, like you were saying, like every detail is so over exaggerated on
Can't get through.
What is this guy's name? Nigel's brother.
Yes.
This guy. What? Oh, Badminton. There we go. I was like, oh my god. Like the cuffs on the sleeve are like 3 times what they actually would have been, and like the lapels as well. Poor Steed. He didn't have to confess. It's like kind of a brave moment, but also a scaredy cat moment, you know?
Interesting, because that's their kind of both doing for each other. Is Blackbeard's like, I'll cover for you, but he was already like, I did.
Yeah, he was already kind of out of it. And this to me is honestly a very romantic part, because they're like hands tied behind their back, and then in a second Blackbeard is like, it's very Will Turner in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's like straining against the ropes to get to him.
One word, Blackbeard. That you put a gap in there.
Will Turner in Pirates of the Caribbean they got that right, I'll say.
Yeah, they did get that.
Also, this whole thing, you don't need to put a space between Blackbeard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Just stay true to yourself, even in the face of death. And Izzy's like little like ex-wife
Yes.
voice.
State fund for the wanton murder of Nigel Badminton.
We're like, okay.
Badminton's death. My final
And all of the crew that was in the first episode is behind him too. Like it's all the same white men.
I was gonna ask about that because that tall guy looks familiar.
They're all the same. And so when Blackbeard is like, you all look the same, I don't know if they're supposed to be the same characters or if they're just like, we're gonna keep using these same white men.
It's probably a meta joke.
Yeah.
His life flash.
His
forward.
life flashing.
His mistake. His regrets.
come to you.
I think, I don't know, I don't have a full thought, but he's, I don't want to die. But he thinks he's like paying the price. Like he's like, it's time to pay the piper. But to me, I'm like, you're so wrong.
That's fair.
That's fair. Is he being like, I get it. I did deserve to be punished. I'm really annoying.
You made me first mate. Above all else is loyalty to your captain. Rifles are ready.
And Blackbeard is like, the captain of my heart is Steed.
And I was never.
Yeah.
He is the captain of his heart.
I love the way they shot this because he can't even hear Izzy. You know what I mean? Like he's like
Yeah.
just thinking, and his eyes are darting around.
Yeah. And he's like, what can I do? What can I do? How can I stop this?
Oh.
Active Grace!
And be like, say it, say it, say it, say it. Say it
Yeah,
after
like
me.
everybody.
And his whole crew would be like, will you say it? What did he say?
I can
And him just like doing coke and coming up with laws. Honestly, a vibe. Unfortunately, a vibe.
In white stockings. Really.
And what's on the ground? Just like a fur blanket. Like,
Yeah, his cape.
oh, his cape. Yeah, you're right.
And we're calling this.
I love that supposedly this law was put into act a month ago, and Blackbeard knew about it.
That's so funny.
He is like, he keeps up with the new laws.
He is educated. Yeah. He like, I know this would affect me.
So, you want to go to war for the king? We'd rather eat our own faces. Yes. 2 acts of grace, please.
2 acts of grace.
I'm afraid the offer doesn't extend to you, Bonnet. After all, the king was only referring to real pirates.
It's from my world, not yours.
So sad.
Raise your rifles!
Raise your rifles. That guy, Emmy for his voice acting.
An excellent day.
I love this.
Commercial vessel after
June the 3rd, an excellent day. He has an illustration for reference. And look, it's like so much happier and healthier than it was in the first episode. He took care of it.
A proper pirate.
A proper pirate, a real proper pirate. The P sound I love.
Look at how excited.
They're all like, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Guys, I'd say that settles it. A plant and a drawing.
I will say that's what always made me so
right.
good at this role.
That's fair.
It was
Renounce
such like
it.
an innocent
The crown.
boyhood. Little like
That will George himself.
he doesn't get
Yeah.
Why?
Just everyone wants to protect his innocence because they've lost their own.
it. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
I'd attribute quite a lot of it to a people-positive management style.
Mhm.
Stand down, Admiral, or we'll be forced
Fantastic
to
manager.
take
Yeah. Against me?
He's the criminal.
All right.
He's the murderer.
Calm down, Mr. Wavy Blade.
Calm down, Mr. Wavy Blade.
Chauncey.
Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Do you know what we like to do? We talk it through.
That's a callback from the first episode, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, and even like the way they're standing. Oh my god, I love Frenchie like looking around like this bitch is going crazy.
Yeah.
This is so funny. Like, you know, they're all like, ugh, can we just put him to bed, please? This guy's been annoying us for days. This scene, it was completely improvised.
You can tell.
Yeah, it's like it's very improv energy. That's where all the tricks are. Yes, and it's all improv.
That's point I made. Absolution for your terrible crimes in return for 10 years of service to the king. Blah 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 blah.
10 human years?
10 human years?
Yeah.
No, what a lovely.
Of course, it's only valid if Mr. Teach signs on.
Blackbeard's real name.
Mm.
I have to do this. Yeah, no, I don't.
So beautiful and so sad because he's like, "Ugh, I'd rather be poor and like basically in jail with you than be a pirate and dead inside.
It's a huge risk to take on his part. Big life-changing moment.
And he like, I love like back when people couldn't write and stuff and it was their signature, he's just like a big X.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, not for wayward seamen.
The plan is just to go with the flow, see what happens.
This role reversal is so hard. Well, no, I guess not role reversal, but just him being like, we're going with the flow. I don't know. And Steve being like, what's the heroic thing?
That sign said, I hope they show it again. It said the wayward. It said the pirating academy for waywards.
Yeah.
You are dead.
Love this.
This is amazing.
According to these records, Steve Bonnet's been deceased for months.
Because also, like you were saying, how fast does information travel? Like,
It takes a minute.
it takes a minute. How would this pirateering academy know that he was dead?
Because she
Because
moved
it's not in England and his family is in,
Coincidence?
The Bahamas, right?
Yeah, the
Bahamas?
Next.
Or is this in the Bahamas?
I think this might also be in the Bahamas, or at
I bet
least
you're right.
somewhere in that region.
It is still warm. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Do they really think I'm dead? Like,
And it was right. Or you can expedite it by hiring one specific messenger.
true.
Like, my husband's gone. He died at sea.
Yeah, I feel like she did probably tell people immediately. She's trying to get that money.
Yeah, and she knew where he went.
It'll be an empty. Oh!
When you see his Blackbeard's face, I feel it though. It's like the first time you see the Phantom of the Opera without the mask, and you're like, all right, maybe you're not as hot as I thought.
You're not as awesome. I was intrigued. Yeah.
Yeah, I was intrigued. And no, he is, of course, still really hot, but it's a little jarring at first.
I know that.
No, he just wants to fold laundry.
Like a break.
Gray beard, salt and pepper beard.
No, I'm just no beard.
Now I'm just no beard. He's so depressed. I love it.
You know what I was thinking is the contract when they sign it is kind of also like a marriage contract.
It is.
There's no escape.
That's actually beautiful.
Yeah,
Because they're signing
When it comes to
Yeah,
the
it's like-
contract together.
Like, especially for Blackbeard, who's like making this commitment
Holy stuff.
to Steed. I don't know.
I definitely feel that because something that's popular in the fandom is like showing that moment of Blackbeard lifting the I called it a veil, but the blindfold off of Steed's eyes as like him lifting a veil.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of like their wedding moment because he's like choosing to be with him and vowing to be with him. So I definitely agree about the marriage contract.
Yeah.
That's a vibe, honestly.
Alive in the
And then they're on this kind of fucked up honeymoon at their privateering academy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then what?
So I just love Lucius. Always my favorite. This is all I'm gonna do. Lightly sweet.
Yeah. Izzy's revenge. Like, oh my god.
What's funny, Mr. Fiona?
And then he's so mean because they got used to like talking back in a fun way.
Yeah. Also, that's just,
I wonder what the condition
these
of
are like the
your
freaks
investment
of the pirating.
They get what?
So these are the freaks and geeks of the pirating world.
Yes, exactly. And now Izzy's here to be like, I'm a real pirate. Any other funny bits? Hilarious.
I don't think so.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Oh, I see what you did with your outfit. You're matching Steed. I see it. I see it.
I'm matching this scene.
Yeah, that's really
Thank you,
great.
thank you, thank you. I'm always on a vibe about the episode. I love this little beach scene. Very romantic.
Also, the cinematography, the coloring. I love sepia.
Gorgeous.
Not even sepia, but like some sort of tinted yellowy warm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid idea. And you got stupid.
I wonder if this was a closed set this day.
How are you handling this?
Because they said they filmed this scene like several different times, several different ways, and it's just like so gentle and quiet between the two of them, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if it needs to be closed, but
I would close it.
I want to go back to the old days. And biting the heads off turtles or
that's right.
some poor bloke eat his own toes
Yeah.
as a laugh.
Making some poor bloke eat his own toe as a laugh.
Where's the laugh there?
Where's the laugh?
Right now, I just want to do what makes Ed happy.
Oh,
What makes Ed happy? It's past.
Because Steve is not expecting him to say anything to do with him. Do you know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
still
exactly.
like,
He doesn't see it at all.
no.
type of story.
Yeah.
So I reckon what makes Ed happy
Oh my god.
is
He
you.
even says it like a realization, and it's like so hard to say when you don't know the response. And then he just takes it all the way. Because sometimes it's kind of like in for a little, in for a lot.
Yeah, it'd be like, let me get my point across.
Yeah.
Makes Ed happy.
The way their bodies moved toward each other, like, that's what I mean. I was like, was there an intimacy coordinator? Was this directed by David Jenkins? It's beautiful.
You see, there was no escape. There's always an escape. We could be gone tonight. What about the English? They'll be all over us. We could get
The
into
what
one.
about the English? They'll be all over us. Like, this whole thing is just so like historical romance to me. Like, we've got to make a big escape.
1000%. If you're looking for any of those, well, I didn't pick anything like that tonight, but like Highland, Scottish flight,
Mm.
Oh, that's
or Irish. I was always running from the English.
They're always running from the English.
And deservedly so. They should get it.
Yeah, fuck the English in every chapter of history.
Yeah, just like leave people alone, but they couldn't.
They literally can't.
Okay.
And then the fact that he thinks about Mary, I don't know.
It's because he's so confusing. That would from Steed's point of view, I would
Yeah.
also be like, wait, that was way too fast. I also just came to that realization, and then now all of a sudden we've sitting very close, and we've kissed. A very chaste kiss, but still a kiss.
Yeah.
I think he's also thinking about what she's saying, which is that you only have one life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. There's layers.
Okay.
There's so many layers. And that's why it's like it's very complex.
Very complex.
Different things come out.
Yes. Yeah.
And then kind of like we're saying before, this goes full circle back to the beginning, kind of where they're like, mutiny, we're done with this captain.
Also, why does he call him Brown Peter?
Yeah.
He like refuses to say Black Peter.
It's gonna be insurance.
Brown Peter.
Well, it's got to be someone we can all trust. Someone who has the entire crew in mind.
Oh, Lawande's like,
Just themselves.
does anyone even fit this description? You guys are all insane.
It's
It's you.
One choice.
no, I don't want it. I'm officially
Him be like, no, I don't want it. No.
And that's how you usually find a good leader.
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't want to do it.
And everyone else agrees. They should.
Me as a manager, literally begging to not do it.
I know, and they will not.
And they all salute him. I love Lawande. I love Captain Lawande as well.
Exactly 2 hours. He's gonna come and wake you up. He's put you out, okay?
Like Blackbeard, this is so romantic. Like he's letting Steed sleep. He took care of every single detail. Like,
Yes, that's my love language. And someone takes
yeah.
the other dudes and it's good.
I love this line. Where are you going? I have to go buck a guy for a dinghy.
Yeah.
Like, clearly there's gonna be some pirating involved. And now he's like, ugh, so stressed, and then immediately falls asleep. A twist. Honestly, this is a twist.
Oh yeah.
The sweaty.
That dude's gone crazy.
Take it from a man with
Chauncey.
He's going rogue.
All I've been doing is singing.
But military complex, he won't be caught, so.
I want
Yeah.
to another-
And he said he's drunk. He's like, I've been thinking and drinking.
Right.
Steve,
He's like wobbling. I love it.
it's not a human. Just breathe. You're a monster.
Don't dehumanize me after I just had my first gay kiss.
I know, for real though. You defile beautiful things. This is homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
Red family.
It's supposed to be, probably.
Managed to bring history's greatest pirate to ruin.
You're right though.
And here you are.
Because I was like,
unscathed. God's perfect little rich.
everyone is projecting a lot onto him this whole show. Awesome.
I think you're right.
Oh.
But he is also like, I don't know. He's not a monster to this extent, but I think some of his inaction does cause issues.
Yeah. His selfishness.
Yeah.
You don't fool me.
Yeah, don't follow me. Oh my god, he really thinks he's about to die.
Demonic reign of terror instantly.
It's not funny. It's fucked up. It's so fucking funny. Because I did not see that coming. And then Steve like clutching his pearls also.
Literally. Oh, and then this is such
Ugh.
a romance trope. It's one of my. It's like a step above a misunderstanding. Like it's a misunderstanding, a miscommunication, but you know,
Misconnection.
yeah, the misconnection of like, I got held up, bro.
I'm sobbing. Because also, you didn't hear the gun go off? You think he took him to the other side of the island, maybe?
Yeah, it's like I imagine it's like the size of like Mackinac Island, like 8 mile round.
8 miles around into the, because I was like, you know, he like, I don't know. But I think Blackbeard, he feels like he doesn't, like that's not meant for him, that love. So of course Steed wouldn't show up.
I think Blackbeard's Venus is in Scorpio.
Mm,
And there's the quick like, well fuck it, I'm or Capricorn.
maybe.
The instinct of like, fine, forget it. You don't want me, I'm out. I'm out.
I love this.
I fully endorse.
And I fully endorse this view.
Everyone's got their own style.
This they're all just like freeze frame.
Like tea in my room.
And they're all gobsmacked because they're like Blackbeard with no beard, no steed, and he just asked us to make tea.
Wow.
Fun fact, this is the same this is the same set as the mailroom in The Good Place.
Oh my god, I see it.
You see it? The door in the
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Good. Reuse. We don't have a lot of money to spend, okay?
No.
Reuse, recycle, all that stuff.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I would be crushed.
I would be crushed. I know, because it's like you think maybe she's like excited, but it's like no, she's fucking pissed.
No, that was not how that was supposed to go down.
No, that was not at all. I love that so much. Directed by Bert and Bertie, the same directing duo as the last episode.
Awesome.
Really showing their range, doing an action sequence, and I feel like all this beautiful emotion stuff.
Mhm.
We love to see it.
Also, if we want to get like filmy about it, I love how the show shows trauma by just like quick flashes of like the quick intimate close-up memories of just like boom, like blood on the face, like boom, dad yelling, like boom, but it just snaps in and out, and you're like, that's very realistic.
Yeah, like how you see it in your head flashing quick when you have trauma and stuff. And I think like too, the show has gone back to those certain images so many times that like now we as the audience are like, oh yeah, like I remember what that feeling is, like because I've seen the blood like multiple times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a callback.
Callback.
A callback.
In comedy, we have callbacks.
And in drama, you can have callbacks as well.
And drama, you can have callbacks too. You can really have a callback in storytelling. It's just it's the reprise.
It's the reprise, to use a musical theater term. I love it. I pulled some stills from this episode. Should we just like go through them and kind of like talk more in depth about the episode?
Favorite moments. Let's talk about
Moments to know.
Oh no,
No. Frenchie and the Swede. I think it's funny they both said they don't speak English. Love that. Love a classic. We really haven't seen them as a duo this whole show, so I like that they're like, okay, let's get it in.
Good for them.
Good for them. This is that moment, like a still of that moment I was talking about where Blackbeard is like straining against his restraints to get to Steed, and Steed is looking, you know, very like, I don't know, angelic to me also in this picture. Just like, this is gorgeous, Renaissance.
Yeah, and look at how worried he was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
I folded. Drama.
and then this is like, we were talking about him saying, you know, say act of grace, and how he's like shielding him with his body in front of the firing squad, and how Steed has this like very delicately placed white fabric over his eyes.
Very loosely placed.
Yeah, very loosely placed. I think coming up there might be like some pictures of like the person, like the props people or set people putting it on him.
Heavily
like,
Yeah, I have the behind the scenes in a different collection. We can go through those.
oh, perfect.
After.
Cool. This black and white. So these like really extra beautiful ones are by Aaron Epstein, who was like the set photographer. And thank you, Aaron Epstein, for releasing all these because they're beautiful. And this is a shot we actually didn't even get in the show. There's only the photograph of it because it's kind of like cut in between. But that moment of him lifting the, I'm going to call it a veil because look at Blackbeard's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a veil like lifting picture, and you're about to go in for the kiss. I now pronounce you mates.
Wow.
There's a lot of pictures of this moment. Obviously, it's one of my favorites. So how did you guys feel in this moment?
Yeah, I thought it was like bittersweet. Like,
Yeah.
he, like, Steed really, I think, feels like he deserves this. Like, he doesn't deserve love. He doesn't deserve to live. And and Blackbeard is just telling him, no, you deserve to be alive. I need you to be alive. And I think that's really special. Like, so you're talking about trauma. Like, he's sorry.
Like, come on, Sky Pirate.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, well, because all he's thinking about is his trauma, and like, Ed brings him back to the present.
Yeah, that's very true. Like with his touch.
Yeah, anyway, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous. That was really well said. And then this next picture is like a doodle that they took. I think Taika Waititi and David Jenkins like doodle on it after they all signed it. But you can kind of see Steed's signature in there, and then they drew a picture of Blackbeard that says, "Hi, I'm Blackbeard."
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, beautiful quill props. We love a prop.
We do love a prop. We love playing with props and living in the space as an actor.
We do. We love the circumstances. Look at him. Look at this lace front wig.
And that's the thing, when you remove the beard, you're forced to look at this hard line.
Yeah, you're forced to look. Exactly. There's nothing distracting you.
Can't look anywhere else. And I understand this is very House of Dragon wig.
Yeah.
A Witcher wig. It's very like, come on, give me a bang. This is a struggle.
Give me a bang. HBO, this is a Big Little Lies wig. They love this wig.
I get it. They're like, it always seems like the roots are so obvious. Like at the front, you're like, oh, the fake, that's a hard front. Yeah, but it's not a hard, it is a lace front, but still, it's a lot.
Love this little last touch on the cheek before Blackbeard runs away. When you're so in love, and I feel like when he finally like broke that barrier of not only being like, I like you, but also like physically making a move.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't want to stop.
Also, look at Steve's face, the shock.
Yeah. His whole life just like twirled upside down.
Literally, I died today, and now I'm reborn into this. What's happening? It's a lot.
Sorry to make us look really intensely at them kissing.
The romance, we get it.
It's a romance, and I just like they're acting like Steed's like face being very just like receptive, and Blackbeard, it's like a joyful, painful expression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because being vulnerable is owie sometimes.
It is very owie. Good job on them.
Especially when you're an old man pirate.
Really, and the acting. Good job, everybody.
Good job acting, guys.
Good job.
Do you want to look at the behind the scenes ones now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Look at him, so tiny and scared.
Good.
And the green screen. I think it's so cool how there's like layers of green screen.
Yeah, to give it depth.
Okay, this next one, is the like gently placing of the veil by probably the costumers.
Yeah, costumers are fun people.
They are. They're always walking around sets, making sure everyone is looking prim and proper. It's very cool.
They understand the communication of costuming, telling a story. Good job.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And that's like loose on him, not like super tight and like,
yes.
Like look at this, like the adjustments. I love it.
Also, it's nice to see all the shutter settings and the camera settings so we can copy them if we ever want to film something.
Right.
Ooh, good point, Val. Didn't even catch that. Always on the lookout.
Wait. There it is. Look at his little tush.
Little Blackbeard's tush.
Yeah, look at that little leather tush.
It's sitting so pretty.
Yeah, it is sitting pretty. Good job on you. Good job, everybody. Good job, costumers.
Good job, costumers. Because I want to say, where they have the holster for his belt is like perfect on his ass.
Yeah, the tailoring is a good job.
And thanks to Taika for doing some squats.
Really.
Yeah, for doing some squats. And Fiona, like you're saying, he is so muted and he still has his like fancy pants on.
His fancy robin's eggshell blue.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
And then this one I think is just Fang and Lucia's vibing.
Yeah.
Love, live, laugh, love to vibe.
Scene bits, doing set bits.
Doing set bits. I'm very excited for next season's like behind the scenes content because I think like the first season they didn't, you know, they're just like doing their own like whatever. Yeah, but this season like they're doing content with like they know they're gonna share it. Oh, this is a behind the scenes photo from last episode when Buttons had to run around naked a lot and then they would just give him this blanket in between scenes.
That's great.
This is an art piece. I hope he frames
this
this and
is-
puts it in his house.
Right? It's so gorgeous, the composition.
His little toes, he's gripping the blanket. All right.
It probably was freezing, I would assume.
Yeah, yeah.
In a studio warehouse.
Yeah, because you got to keep the equipment cold. The water's probably there's no water.
The lights get hot as hell.
There's no
so
water.
They would definitely keep it cool in there.
This isn't Titanic 1998 where they were in like an ice pool.
Yeah.
Not what this is.
Slash also Avatar. Did you see they were also in a pool
Because
for like all
he
of Avatar.
loves it. That little weirdo loves putting people in water.
There's basically a
That's been
scene
over.
that is from Titanic in Avatar: The Way of Water.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Just
I'm not
copy-
shocked.
Okay, more blanket.
This is us. Sleepy and fuzzy blankets.
Every TV show that you like get attached to and you love, looking at behind the scene pictures of everybody sleeping on set. I love it.
Love it. I'll never be sick of it. And because it's like they always have the best blankets.
Yeah, they do. You should.
Yeah, and we should do that for ourselves. That's what
You have money. I want this fuzzy $30 Target blanket.
100% that's a Target blanket.
I think I have that
Yeah.
blanket.
That's what I'm saying.
We just got a fuzzy blanket from Target and it's
Good.
amazing. Awesome. This is them being Fang and Ivan being like
You know all the names.
not a good captain.
He's not your captain. We're not having a good time. This is not.
No, it's not fun.
That's our fashion belts.
We all have that blanket, even people in the chat. I
Yeah.
love it. Everyone went to
Justin has
Target.
it too.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on that blanket and it's navy blue. So
Iconic.
let's all be.
Little Izzy. The thing about acting is sometimes you're really tied to an anchor.
Yeah, and it's and I love it. I also
And I love it.
I'm intrigued by the tied up prayer hands. Good job.
Good job. Honestly, hot. He's a short king.
Yeah, that's very hot.
Yeah, he's a short theater king.
Yeah. Oh, he is a theater king.
Oops.
He is.
There we go. That's the last
Oh
one.
my god, we had talked about this I think like a long time ago, but how Vico like so the picture of Vico present day is what they wore to their callback, and then when they found out they got the part, and then after they told their parents and sent that picture to their parents, their dad was like, oh my god, this is you on Halloween when you were 6. It's like the same outfit. So
That's
cute.
So cute.
Same outfit.
Yeah, we were all just living our little pirate dreams
That's it.
every day. I love this episode. I'm glad we could leave it on that kind of like nice note with Vico because it ends pretty sad.
Yeah, but there's one more episode, so
There's one more.
some sort of a tie-up. So hold on to your hope, even if you've already seen it, and just hold on to your joy.
Hold on to your joy, you said.
Oh, and look at this for a transition. And if you're wanting to keep the story going and you love pirates and gay pirates, here's some book recommendations.
Book recommendation.
Look at that. Okay, so this is called Windfall. I hope I didn't already talk about it. I couldn't remember now.
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
In this story, we've got a bisexual captain pirate fighting the Navy, the Royal Navy, basically what we just watched tonight.
Love that.
And she has a secret past. She may or may not be a lost princess running away from royalty.
Love that.
So being an aristocrat, running away, I thought there was some tie-ins there. There was some common
Little aristocrat.
a little aristocrat.
A little aristocrat.
Anyway, okay, next book. Oh, okay. So The Wicked Bargain. This is special because this is a YA, but this is a non-binary magical kid named Mar, and they are captured by like the last known pirates, and they're given like a deal with the devil type of situation. There's magic, and if you like audiobooks, Vico Ortiz, Vico narrates the audio.
I love that.
So if you want more Jim plays a magical non-binary kid named Mar that goes out to sea.
That's hot, honestly. Thank you for plugging this book because I had seen them tweeting about it, but I didn't know what it was about. So
yeah, that's what it's about. It's a YA, so it's not going to be dirty, but it will be adventure, a little romance.
And sometimes that's all you want.
Sometimes that's all you want. You just want a little dash.
A little dash. Thank you, Fiona. Those were excellent as per usual.
We love reading books.
We love a book. We love a read. And I love that you have brought up like more like, because this story of pirates obviously focuses on mostly cis men or like the masculine leaning of us all. So it's been really nice to have you bring up like other identities.
Listen, they're out there, my friends. They're not just, there are all kinds of good books, and there's a lot
stories.
Of queer stories that don't get advertised, but you can find them.
Beautiful, gorgeous. Does anyone have any final thoughts about tonight or looking forward? We'll be back at 9 next week, right?
That's right.
No. It's our final episode, and the title is called Wherever You Go, There You Are, which like is something that I have said to myself for years.
Yes, it's very poignant.
It's so true. Like when I moved to Baltimore when I was 16, it was definitely a lesson I learned very hard. And I think something that comes up many times as we grow.
Truly, and get ready to watch things grow. And we'll all have to transition and move on with life
and find out that home is inside of you and wherever you make it. Yeah. Well, thank you guys all so much for being here in the chat with us and watching this beautiful act of grace. I can't wait to honestly watch kind of a sad episode with you all next week. So everyone prepare yourselves.
Prepare yourselves. Get yourself a little treat.
A little treat. Bring water so we can stay hydrated. But yeah, great. We'll see you then.
Good night.
Good night.